Ladies and gentlemen, I got some great news. Generation Z. That's right. The generation that we consider lazy, worthless, not motivated, has just announced by Forbes that they will grab their ankles and take one for Team America. Because this data, done by Forbes and also by the Department of Labor, found that Generation Z is the first generation to have a job and side hustle at a record of 71%. That's really going to save America. No, it's not. So, what they concluded is that Generation Z is working harder, longer for daily necessities to survive. You have a all-time high of food banks that are going out of business because they can't supply food anymore. You have a record homeless population that is slowly growing. I said that in my latest video at 18% and rapidly growing. You are also having a generation that is finding out the more they gotta work, not only the more they're taking, but the harder their life is becoming. So some of this generation are bowing out of the traditional 9 to 5, and they're going into the gig lifestyle only because they can reach out to a broader audience, such as manufacturers and business owners across the world does. And they adapted that strategy and found out that if they don't do it, they're going to lose it. So, what is this saying about this generation and going forward? Well, unless the humanoid robots come and replace every little job in the next 10 years, you're going to have a generation that is going to say not just why bother in the workforce, but they're also going to say, if you don't pay me this amount of money, there's no point in me showing up because I'm losing money. That is what is happening in America. People are not coming to work in that generation, not because they don't want to work, but because they lose money just to come to work. So why bother? Think about it. The Forbes article stated that baby boomers, during their whole generational period, 32% of them worked a full-time / part-time job, as they put it. Now, Generation X went farther and went to 46% during their whole generation time of working a job and part-time. Millennials were the ones that started the nomad generation and went to 68%. So that means you had a job and a part-time job. But Generation Z, which is first generation to be considered the gig economy generation, went to 72%. Therefore, they have to have not just one full-time job, but they have to have a full-time second job to survive. So you can no longer consider their part-time job part-time. The gig job is a full-time job. So now this generation is in dire straits, where you're going to see this generation go from getting out of school, trying to make it, to where they're starting their life out. I'm going to say this, and don't quote me, but I'm going to say that they're going to be starting their lives out in their late 40s, early 50s, where the wheel starts turning in the right direction for them. All because of the irresponsible, terrible policies of former generations. And now they have to foot the bill for this. So, where is this going to be leading us? This will be leading us to the first time generations making the choice. The real choice. Do I stay with the sinking ship or not? Where we're going to find a Generation Z, going to establish where their allegiance really is in the coming years. So we'll see what happens. If you guys like this content, please give a thumbs up. Please hit the subscribe button if you would, please. Don't forget to tap that notification bell. That way the algorithm knows that you like this content. Alright, later.